time, everybody, and welcome to the Jersey Shore Podcast. Today, we've got a packed show from breaking news to topics that will keep you informed. So please click the subscribe button to get notified of upcoming episodes. If you like what the Hammer talked about, then share the Jersey Shore Podcast to others. Damon also looks forward to your comments during this episode. Tonight's Jersey Shore Podcast starts now.
Here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Jersey Shore Podcast. That's S-U-R-E because we are always sure. Brought to you by the Great America's Pulse Network. I'm your host, Damon Galdo, and I was going to have a different guest on tonight. He will be on next week. Unfortunately, he fell ill. He's not feeling that well. So I told him, take the day off. He's a congressional candidate from CD11 of Florida, but I'll introduce him to you next week. Their primary is in August, actually. So ours is in June here. But I'm not worried about that at this point for myself. But I have a special guest coming on, a guy that he fights like hell, from Monroe Township, and he's a character. And people love him, and he's running for mayor. And people love him because he doesn't care about I'm sorry, he does care about what's right, but he doesn't care about what people think if he goes for what is right, and that's what it is. So we had to switch the show up big time. I had some clips cut, and it was like kind of last minute. So we're just going to wait today, and we're going to go into everything. So let's bring on our special guest, John Valetine. He's about to come on. There we go. What's up, John? How you doing?
Hey, Damon. How's it going, buddy?
Good, man. Good. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. I know you were going to come on again, maybe next week or week after, but thanks for jumping in last minute. I lost that guest last minute. He called me. He sounded pretty sick, like he had the flu or something. So, but I'll introduce him next week. But there's a lot of good things to talk about here. I mean, there's a lot of important things to talk about in what's going on in Monroe Township. I mean, if you want, we could start with the data center that you guys have been fighting.
Yeah, that fight's going to keep going on. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, interrupting me when I was feeding my animals. That's farm life, buddy.
Well, you have a farm, so
nice farm, Williamstown, New Jersey.
And and you use well water, so that's an important thing.
Yeah, big thing here in the township. Crazy. We're back on tomorrow night with the special planning meeting, 6:30, Monroe Township, at the municipal building.
Yeah. So I mean, first I want to tell everybody that's listening out there. Yeah, there's a chat box. Whatever website you're on, whatever social media platform, you guys can put in a message in there, ask some questions. We'll put in a great producer, other Damon, DW. We'll put it up on the screen and we'll answer it for you. But John, I mean, with the data center, with the well water stuff, you're the one that let me onto it, and I started doing some research that it's called coning. If they draw water from the well, if they don't use domestic water and have a cooling pump, to cool these things off, it's going to draw from your wells. And there's a lot of farms over there, so it's called coning. It can shift the wells and more to drill deeper.
They come off the aquifer. I believe they save money by coming from the aquifer because the water comes out 50 degrees. They don't have to chill it. So I think the thing we were looking at, it was like 1.4 million gallons of water it's drawing out. And then, it evaporates most of it off, cooling the system, but puts 300,000 gallons back into the water of highly concentrated contaminants. And that hits our well. Like, this is what Vineland's going to do. I knew nothing about the data center. When I learned at the data center, I just had 2 prostate surgeries to save my life, right? So it was like March of 25. I came back into council meeting and looking on the agenda, this data center. I had no clue what it is. So, I asked council, what is this data center? So I could, figure out what's going on with it. And the mayor, Wolf, and Pat O'Reilly, Councilman O'Reilly, both explained to me, you don't want all these vehicles, running down there on the pike where you are, because I'm on 322. You don't want all them vehicles down there. We'll get probably $1 million pilot from them. We don't have to share any to the Board of Education. And I just, thought to myself, we're saying this. What's the big deal about wanting to share the money with the Board of Education? They're our children. They're our future. But anyway, as we're going on about it, I asked, my concern was what the environmental impact was. And I was told, barely anything, might have 10, 15 employees. So I was like, $1 million, 10, 15 employees, not going to hurt us. Yeah, let's go for it. After we did that, Jonathan Duff from Pineland Preservation Alliance, also
Young Republican,
Jason Weird, and Kate from Food and Water Watch. So I got with them. We had a Zoom conference. First they reached out to all of us at council, the mayor, everybody. I'm the only one that got back to them, and they explained to me what it's going to do to my farm. They said, "Listen, you're only a quarter mile from there. You're not going to have any water for your animals. It's going to pollute it." Then they got into the humming sounds, everything that goes along with this. And I was like, "Wow, really?" I couldn't believe that. I wasn't told the exact truth about it. But then I should know it coming from where it came from. My opinion, the mayor's just a liar. He really is. He lies about me. Tells people I'm a convicted felon. I've been to prison. Never happened. I have a carry permit, New Jersey and Pennsylvania. But after all that fiasco, we served them back then with my lawyers gave cease and desist back then. So I should have never really trusted them. I don't really trust anybody up there anyway. I'm up there by myself.
So I see in the council meetings, I mean, I saw all the videos, folks going toe to toe with them. I mean, even especially the one that you put out there on social media when he went after you, said, "I saw you taking selfies with the people that are here." Well, okay, so what? And then you just turned around and took a selfie with the whole crowd there, and they all cheered for you. It's like, yeah, so what? You're taking what? People wanted to take a picture with you because they like what you're doing. You're fighting for the people. I mean, it's an important thing, man, and it takes a lot of guts to do that. Not a lot of people do it, and I believe a lot of people in Monroe Township respect you for that. Not even just Republicans, Democrats, and independents alike.
Yeah, never knew how dirty this politics was until I got into it.
Yeah.
Listen, they came after my farm. You know what I mean? They sent the zoning department after me. They sent the police department after my girlfriend. They did a lot of crappy stuff. They really did. We ended up suing, and my opinion, my lawyer sold me out. You read the judge's opinion letters. The federal judge said, he dismissed it with prejudice, asked the lawyer to realign it to the case. So he just switched the paragraphs around, which got the judge mad. He kicked it out with prejudice. Then the state judge, what he did was he filed out of the statute of limitations. I didn't know what was really going on until he told me, that judges are Republicans. That right then and there, I knew I was getting screwed. I could have sued him. I could have went back after him for malpractice back after the township. But why? Why go back after the township? It's easier for me just to show the truth, how these people really are, what they're doing, and just run for mayor and fix the town. I can't fix it by myself as one councilman. I'm up against a corrupt system, especially when this mayor takes money from the Hexa developers, which is the data center, their attorneys.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And the thing is about the data centers. I mean, I know one thing nationally, AI is part of the future. We're not stopping it. We can't let China beat us on that. And I know they're trying to, but don't put it in the Pinelands. The Pinelands have been protected for years. You had mentioned before, like, why not put it in the old mall or Hamilton Mall that's like just about dead, but and have domestic water run through it. Make sure it's filtered. Make sure it's cooled. I mean, don't. Why would you hurt the farms? I mean, I'm for them because I know we need them at one point because we have to keep up with technology, but don't hurt farmers. Don't hurt the people lower. Like, there's so many different places to put them. Why are they choosing this area?
No clue. Well, because I think it is because of the aquifer where they can tap into it.
Well,
that's close to South Jersey, though. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
we're going to get enough pollution and problems from Vineland.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. But who's getting kickbacks? I mean, I'm not accusing anybody, but the mayor. I remember you mentioned mayor. He's very tight with these people. Not accusing him of anything, but I mean, it just seems like the Norcross machine. In Camden,
yeah.
The family was indicted, 13 counts of racketeering, because they beat it, but it just seems like the same deal, same kind of insider deals that all these elected officials that have been in office for a while are making and hurting people.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of money that swirls around these projects. A lot of money. Hey, I would just like to state for the record, I'm not crazy or suicidal.
Maybe a little bit crazy. You're
Yeah,
crazy enough.
right.
You're crazy enough to run for office. Just
Yeah,
like I am.
yeah, yep.
But
I think we'll beat him as mayor. Heartbeat of Monroe.
oh no, I think you're going to beat him, and we'll put it up maybe after the break at www.heartbeatofmonroe.com. So we'll maybe put it up after our first break. But I was talking to our friend, and she's wanted to talk about people being priced out of their homes and stuff like that. I mean, with this affordable housing, all the stuff that's going on here, it seems like all of our elected officials don't care about the people. That's why you have regular people like you, like me, like the guy that was going to be on tonight, which will be on next week, and other people that are in, in Woodbury that are running. You have the commissioners that are running in Gloucester County and Camden County, and everyone. These people, I don't think they've ever been elected. I don't think anybody's ever been elected that are actually running. As far as I know, maybe doing committee or something like that, but there are people that are putting their necks on the line for they're regular people, and they see what's going on. And I think that's what we need. We don't need career politicians anymore. Guys that are getting fat.
I think pay to play is ultimate corruption.
Yeah.
Ultimate corruption. You look at these developers, builders, they pour money right back into their campaigns.
Yeah, they do. And I'm built by working hands, by the way. So I am a builder. But the company I work for, the developers. This is actually what the Norcross has gotten indicted for, pretty much. They had a ring of people that were developers that got all the contracts and pay to play stuff, like you said, and they've received all these tax credits that Lou Greenwald actually just pushed through even easier for them to do what they got indicted for, to where only a certain amount of developers can do it. So the company I work for, this is so everybody knows because they wrote articles about me. Last time I ran, called me a Norcross plant, Sweeney plant, because the company I worked for actually built the Sixers training facility. They built the Subaru plant in Camden. They just look at a bid. It goes out for bid, and they bid on like everybody else to build it. They don't know where the money's coming from. They don't care. They're a private company that wants to make money. But these developers are all insiders, and they get millions in tax credits, millions and millions and millions. Just look into that too with these data centers, because what they do, John, is if a developer builds this building, say for instance like Norcross, he brought American Water into Camden City. American Water, once they built that and brought them in there, they got $168 million in tax credits. $168 million. So that means it's $168 million they don't have to pay in taxes. Who makes it up? Well, who pays for it? You do. I do.
Children pay for it through the Board of Education tax.
Exactly. You can't just when money comes from that well, you know what I mean? And then the corporations that building this stuff don't have to pay taxes. Then it trickles down to the working people.
Yep.
And right. our property taxes go up.
I'm against these 5-year tax abatements. I don't think developers and builders should get the 5-year tax abatement. I think your primary residence, like when you do an addition, you gut the house, you fix it, whatever, you should get the 5-year tax abatement. Not these developer builders to shortchange our education system.
Yeah, because of the education, Nora was talking about that today, about the education tax are going on. Like mine are going. I know it's higher in other areas. I think Camden, in Cherry Hill, it's going up like crazy amount, like 13%. And we're getting hit with like 3.65%.
Well, last year they voted Board of Education. I think it was 3.1%. This year they just voted again. It was 6-3. So the 3 that we got in, they voted no on it, and it's another 3.21%. But none of the money goes to the kids, not the actual teaching the kids. They're bloated, like our administration. They're bloated. How about let's put some money back in the kids? I understand capital improvements. The building's got to be fixed. We understand that. But, you look at some of these salaries. They're a joke. You're making a second assistant and superintendent at what, $187,000 a year? Really? We have a superintendent. I believe he tops out at a $250,000 a year. How about putting something into our kids? You know, actually to the teachers that teach our kids and putting something for our kids.
You're absolutely right. I mean, look at Steve Sweeney, who's the county administrator now. He used to be state senator. I got beat by Ed Durr, and then he kind of was quiet for a while. He ran for governor recently and didn't win, but he didn't go away. Now he's the county administrator, and he makes almost $300,000 a year. And he makes more than the vice president of the United States. And being the county administrator, he represents roughly 300,000 people. The vice president.
They run the county how they run this township. Friends and family. That's what they do. It's all about
nepotism. Exactly. Remember you talked about that before.
Just like the county, Gloucester County wants to reassess your house every year. And it makes me laugh because, you know, our mayor will tell you, well, you know, they don't have the people to do that. But they'll hire the people. Friends and family, more jobs, more people in there that we really don't need. They just tax us to death. For what?
Yeah, no, you're right. My taxes are going up soon. I fought it, and they came out and looked at my home, and I lost. So my taxes are going up.
You're not going to win. You're up against a corrupt machine. Come on, stop.
Yeah, I know. I gave it a shot. You know, I'm a fighter. I tried.
Right.
So, but yeah, because I can't fight my wife. You know, it spends all my money, so I had to try to fight somewhere else. So she's watching right now. I'm going to get slapped.
She must be out. I was going to say.
She's watching right now. I'm surprised she didn't run down the stairs yet. So, but all right. Well, that's we'll take a quick break and we'll go to the next segment. And again, everybody, if you guys have a question, you can throw it out in the chat there. Make sure you like and subscribe. And I'm sorry we had to switch up the show 100%. I had someone else come on, but I'm more than pleasure to have John on. John is
sure.
And he's going to win.
I couldn't do my hair for you.
He's going to be.
I was on the phone.
The next mayor. So all right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Yeah. This one's for New Jersey. For every working family that's had enough. Name's Damon Galdo. And I'm just getting started.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back again. John, again, thanks for coming on. It's John Valetine from Mayor in Monroe Township. So, and he is going to win. And
well, I am a sitting councilman, too. So
yes, he's sitting councilman.
For Ward 4.
Well, that is correct. Apologize about that. But yes, yeah, that was that a portion of that song that I made. I remember that AI thing that was like a joke that you put out there, made me look like Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't believe you posted on social media. And then when I went and gave that speech at the one meeting, you were like, yeah, people were like, what's wrong with him? Is he sick? It looks like he lost a lot of weight.
Right.
That was funny. But yeah, so another thing to talk about, I mean, about the affordable housing and stuff like that too. Like they're building a lot of housing here and we don't have the infrastructure for it. I mean, it goes back to the Mount Laurel doctrine. That was
yeah, that was made for the developers to beat us up and destroy our farmlands. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Well, you see what they do. For every 500 homes they build, they'll build 100 affordable homes. They're not really affordable. It's affordable to who? Seriously.
Well, I mean, that's the same thing. The developer that builds a home gets a tax credit, and it doesn't cost them as much. So, for instance, like I'm just going to add up here, like the Subaru plant when they built that. Say for easy numbers, it cost $200 million to build. It only cost the developer $100 million because of the tax credits. Same thing goes with the affordable housing. The developers that build the houses get the tax credits, and then people move in there, and then they get the HUD loans and or Section 8, and then who pays for it? The taxpayer. So it's a whole complete circle, a racket where middle class gets hollowed out and they pay for everything. It's just, it's crazy. I mean, I don't. It's economics 101. It really is. Like,
well, don't forget the 5-year tax abatements when they get the tax abatements. You know, what's it, 2.4 kids or something per household,
no,
right?
Yeah.
Who's paying for them kids to go to school with their tax abatement?
I didn't get a tax abatement. I had 2 kids. What happened?
Right.
But I mean, I'd be okay with a tax abatement if you brought in a major company like DuPont and they want to build here. Give them 5 years, no taxes, because once they start paying taxes, then it'll lower ours. Just like in Delaware. You have all the major companies that are there that pay taxes, and it's like the main hub, and that's why they don't have sales tax in Delaware. I mean, it's a different. To look at it a little further, but it works in that way. I'd be okay with one little break, just to bring the major company in here, create jobs for people who live here, and then lower our taxes when they start paying their taxes. I'm okay with a 5-year tax payment for if you want to bring Wells Fargo main headquarters and put it here, and they hire a bunch of people around here and they create jobs. Okay, I'll go with that, and then they're going to pay a lot of taxes, and we'll lower ours. Make our property taxes go down.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing, I was talking about Steve Sweeney too, man. I still can't get over, man. He makes more than the Vice President of the United States. The Vice President of the United States represents 340 million people, and he represents 300,000.
What, do you have a degree in business administration?
He has a degree in I know how to screw you over. That's what it is. Like. It's so bloated, man. It's unbelievable. You were talking about the superintendents and all that stuff, and they create positions, more and more positions, and all these people just get rich off of it, and they just take from the taxpayers. No, and I am union, so I'm a union carpenter, so I'm for the unions that are self-sustaining. I have my issues with my union here and there, but we sustain our own pension and annuity and everything else. We pay for it. We don't take taxpayer dollars. I mean, unless we're building a municipality or something, but still, we're not taking taxpayer dollars. But when it comes to teachers unions and all these other different unions that are funded directly from taxpayer dollars, I think they're just too bloated, man. It's crazy. It's unbelievable.
Top heavy.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I created a graph. I gave a speech at Rowan the other day, and I don't know. My producer has it, but to ask him to bring it up right now, I'll probably be paying him because it was like maybe an episode or 2 ago. But it just showed you from 1965 to today. You see inflation like just go up. Normally pretty much a little spike here and there. Big spike when Biden was in office, of course. But then you see when they federalized student loans, when the banks got taken out of it. So basically the government just reached in your pocket and said, we're going to give this kid a student loan out of taxpayer dollars, and didn't matter what they were going to school for. The graph goes like this, straight up. Like they raised college tuition unbelievably.
Then they turned upside down for your paycheck going.
I know, man. I know. It's crazy what they get away with, man. And the thing is, I know you're active as hell, man. You're out there talking to everybody, and that's why I know you're going to win. You're council. I know you're going to win there because people love you.
Do something with this township. I mean, it's out of control. It's been going on too long, and it's getting worse. I mean,
yeah, and that's the whole thing about this podcast too, is to inform people, let them know about this stuff. Because listen, I can't blame people. People have married, have kids, have full-time jobs. They're struggling to pay their bills or mortgage. They're not paying attention to what's going on, and I don't blame them for it. I mean, they just see what they see on mainstream media and stuff like that. But just to get the message out there to people, and I know you've been doing a lot. I mean, I've seen your TikTok and I see all your stuff, but you make it fun though. Like you're entertaining with it as well when you go toe to toe with the mayor. It's hilarious.
It makes me laugh because if you go on Facebook, how they have these, I forget, they got like a golden pineapple. They make all these avatar names. You know what I mean? Supportive chestnut. Like you can't tell who they are. I mean, it makes me.
I know that's the thing. You can't because it's like, and I tell people,
cowards. You're cowards. You are who you are. So why hide behind somebody's name? I don't hide behind nothing at all. I'll come out. You know, I come out. I come under my own name. I don't need to hide who I am. And you serve in office? What a joke! You're a coward. Especially that what is it? Supportive Chestnut. What a joke he is.
I've seen that name before, Supportive Chestnut. I don't know who it is. I just
really?
No, is it Kool-Aid?
No, it's not Kool-Aid.
Okay. I don't know who it is.
Well,
no, I don't know who's. No,
I believe it's Wolf, Mayor Wolf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
they come out and try to blast you with all this, and they talk the same. But why hide behind that? Come on, seriously.
Well, a lot of people do that, and they have bots out there too. They create and push all.
But why? Why? You're ashamed of who you are?
Well, listen. If I was hanging out with my friends right now, I'd be exactly what I would say.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. They're all corrupt. They're all scared to actually show who they are because they know they're doing things that people don't like. And when they get into office, and you put it out there the best too with the nepotism and everything else, they just want to get their family in and stuff like that. I know you ran into that too with your farm and issues with.
Oh yeah, they wrote me pages and pages of fake residential violations on a commercial farm. Then they were pulling my girlfriend over, kept giving her tickets 85 and a 55.
Well, it's hard to stop speeding. So no, I'm not kidding.
That wasn't speeding.
I know.
Thrown out eventually, But
yeah.
It is what it is. They're not going to get me to shut up and sit down. It's never going to happen. I wasn't raised that way.
No, neither was I. That's the whole point of this. I was not either.
They're bullies. They think they can push people around. Some people are afraid of them. They don't like the retaliation they can do. I just tell them, bring it on. Bring it on. You dish it out, I can take it. But then just don't be mad when I start dishing it back out, But I do facts and proof. That's it,
Yeah, that's what it's about. Everyone tells me I'm nuts going up against the most powerful family in the state of New Jersey. I mean, you should see my campaign manager, Jack, and he has the show on here as well, Jersey State House Watch. He sent me the realtor.com of George Norcross's house in Florida. And they want to talk about Trump with Mar-a-Lago. This thing is a city. That's what it looks like. It's insane. I'm going to show it on one of the podcasts that coming up because it's like this guy. I mean, he's bleeding Camden City dry. Makes all these deals. And listen, I don't care about anyone. If somebody gets rich, I like capitalism. So if you innovate, and you make something and you get rich off it, you create a company and you get rich off it and you employ people. That's all well and good. But when you see what these guys are doing, allegedly, all the deals that they make. I mean, listen, they were indicted for 13 counts of racketeering. I'm going to keep saying it over and over again. They beat it. They weren't convicted. But nobody brings, the attorney general doesn't bring that to a judge and say, hey, I want to indict these guys. And why? Oh, because I feel like it. No, they had to have a ton of evidence in order to take it, to go through with it.
Yeah.
But they won. And so that's all I got to say about that. And then they were going to bring it back again, and then they dropped it again. I had something to do with statute of limitations and stuff like that, so they just dismissed it again. But this is what we have running, our state. Our state is in trouble. I mean, every town,
that's the whole thing. See, in these small towns, it's not about Democrat, Republican. It's about your community. You know what I mean? You got to vote with your pocket. I mean, we have a really good team assembled. I'm running with Everett Davis, Brenda Brown, and Yanni Pilla. I mean, when we get in, we'll change this town. I have ideas on how this town should run. Let me tell you something. I'll be a full-time mayor. I'll work in every department. I'll figure out the bloatness. Hey, we'll slim it down. We'll cut it down. You know what I mean? The township will run right, and it'll run for the people, not for the administration. That's the problem that I have. Listen, I'll go to an event once in a while. They'll run from me. The other councilmen, council persons, they'll run from me. So will the mayor. You'll never see them try to take a picture with me. Never. Because I don't stand for the same thing they stand for. I stand for fairness, man. You know what I mean? Just nepotism makes me crazy, the friends and family stuff. We don't get the most qualified people. I don't believe we do. Because you're related to somebody. I mean, you look around our community here. You're all related. You know?
No, you're right. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right about that. Right. And they are.
Yeah.
I guess. Well, I'm gonna make up for what I said earlier. The only nepotism I want to have is I want to hire my wife if I get elected. So
hey, you want to hear something funny?
So I make up for what I said earlier.
Want to hear something funny? My granddaughter, a little while ago, we're sitting down eating, and she goes, "Hey, Pop, I think I'm getting my first job." I said, "Oh, good. How's that? Where at?" She says, "Oh, with the township, camp counselor." She says, "Oh, I got an interview with the mayor." I said, "No, you don't. We're not doing that. Not happening." I said, "I'm a sitting councilman here. Not at all. That's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't care. She used me as a reference, but I didn't know that. I would have never had her put in because of that one girl talked about him or whatever was going on with him calling people. And I keep getting messages. He goes through his Facebook and calls people on Messenger. I mean, people would talk at meetings and stuff, and that's I don't know what's going on there. You should, if you want to talk about the township, what's going on in the township, it should be done in the public. You don't have to go behind the back of people and just randomly call people that don't ask to be called. I mean, I love talking to everybody. I'll talk to anybody, anytime, anywhere. You have a problem, you come to me. You think the township's doing something wrong to you, you're afraid of retaliation, come see me. I'm your guy. Trust me when I tell you.
I know, man. My buddy Josh I work with, he was having issues with permit. He jumped on it right away. I didn't even know. He just jumped right on it.
Oh, it's not right. It's not right. I know what they did to me and my family. What they did here. What a joke that was.
Yeah. So, but no, it's nice to have people that just are fighting for what's right, and
right. Listen, everybody should be treated equally. There shouldn't be no unequal treatment under the law, and they do a lot of that here. This township is known for retaliation. This mayor is nothing but a bully. They tried everything except for toe-to-toe with me.
Yeah. So, all right, well, John, we're going to take another quick break, and we'll go into the next Hammer segment.
All right.
America's Pulse Network. The mainstream media is bought and paid for. The truth is twisted to fit their agenda. But America is waking up. Because podcasts are the future for trusted media. Welcome to the America's Pulse Network. It is a network built by patriots that upholds the Constitution. But America's Pulse Network stands for God, truth, and the America First movement. There is no corporate propaganda, no government spin, just real news, real talk, and real voices fighting for faith, freedom, and the future of this great nation with common sense. Here are some of America's Pulse Network podcasts. Alexandra Levine Live, hosted by Alexandra Levine. Jersey Shore Podcast, hosted by Damon Galdo. The Conservative Corner, hosted by Seth Eisenberg. The New Jersey State House Watch, hosted by Jack Brangan and Constance Detzel. APN's The Pulse is moderated by either Alexandra, Damon, Elena, or Seth. Also tune into America's Pulse Network on the following social media platforms. Join the revolution because the pulse of America beats for God and country. America's Pulse Network is for faith, family, freedom, and truth.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Hammer 3, Jersey Shore Podcast. This is John Valetine. He's a sitting councilman in Monroe Township, and he's running for mayor. And I'm Damon Galdo, running for Congress against Donald Norcross. So you see in the background here. So, John, I got to get you a banner. So
yeah, right.
So this one's all wrinkled. This is an old one. I got to iron it up a little bit. But I want to talk about also. But I know you have younger kids too, and I obviously do. I have a 12-year-old and a 7-year-old. I mean, looking at the prices in New Jersey, like what it costs to buy a home. I gave a speech at Rowan the other day, a 2 weeks ago, roughly it was, and I was talking to the kids there. They still live with their parents, or they're staying in their dorms, one or the other. But they
get my charger cord.
What's that?
I got to get my charger cord before we die.
Oh,
and then by yourself.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah, grab your charger. Go ahead. But
then I should get it.
Oh, okay. Oh, so but yeah, these kids that were talking about how they're not going to be able to afford a home in New Jersey, and then I was at a town hall.
We can barely afford a home in New Jersey. What are you kidding me?
I struggle to make my mortgage and pay my bills. Electric bills are high, everything. And
my gas and electric is higher than my mortgage bill. That's a second mortgage right there.
Yeah.
Hey, and listen, the central air didn't even kick on yet. Right?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I went to a town hall, Norcross town hall, and I asked the question. I said, listen, New Jersey, it's you're pricing people out of their homes. I said, and plus it feels like a prison. I said, because taxes keep going up, energy costs are going up, and it's been under Democrat rule forever. For the majority, forever Democrat rule. I mean, we have Republicans in office, but not majority at all. So they make all the rules. And I said, and the reason it feels like a prison because if people want to leave, I brought this up plenty of times on the podcast before. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Bronx Tale with Sonny, and we're in the bar and he locks it and the door and he says, "Now he can't leave." Because if you leave, you get taxed on the way out. They're going to tax you even more. I mean, somebody just posted on Facebook, they sold their house, the amount of taxes they paid on it, whether it be just because just taxes alone by selling their house, and then was a capital gains tax. And if they were to leave New Jersey, I mean, the amount was astronomical that they had to pay. So
it was 100-some thousand. I think I seen that.
I saw. Okay, yeah.
I think I seen that. Yeah, didn't even give him a kiss on the way, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And that's what it's like. And I brought that up to Damon Cross, and he didn't really have an answer. He said, "Well, I don't know where you get your numbers from." I'm like,
they only answer questions. You have to, they have their pre-planned questions, so they know how to answer. A lot of these guys, look at my council meeting. Half of them can't even think on their feet. They're all scripted,
Well,
I got their eyes open after 8:00.
Well, and they shut the meeting down early because people were yelling at them about different things, so they closed it. And I mean, it was crazy how many sheriffs were there, how many police officers were there. It's like, well, why so many? I mean, listen, I get it; it's elected official, but that many?
No, I don't get it. See, that's the whole problem.
That many? We have that many officers, though?
Well, no, that's why they have the problems they have. They don't listen to the people. They do what they want. Listen, the mayor tried to hammer me. He tried to hammer me on March 11th at that meeting when I came out against the data center, right? He came after me, So what do you want me to tell you? I'm listening to people. Listen, it doesn't matter what I want. I was elected by these people to represent what they want. And that's what I'm doing. And he don't like it because that's not in his agenda. Let me tell you something. This town's got problems. And the administration is the problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got to get back to the people.
Yeah, I seen him when you guys debated back and forth. It doesn't seem like he really wants to have a conversation with you that much. He'll say something to you. Oh, you're doing this because it's an election year, and
I wasn't. That's the funny thing about this horse's ass. I wasn't even running. I was thinking about it. Maybe I'd run. Then I was like, you know what? Nah, I don't want to get into another election. A lot of walking. Just my knees are bad. But I guess I'll be out walking now. But he's the one that made me run. Because the township deserves better. We deserve better. And I can do that.
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. I know we were out at that event on Saturday, talking to a lot of people there. A lot of people walking by, handing out flyers and the cards and stuff like that. People seem very interested. People were looking, they seem more interested than usual. Like they care.
Yeah.
Like they would stop and actually have the conversation. Some people like, nah, or just take the flyer. But a lot of people stopped and wanted to talk. Because they have issues, and they're concerned about it.
Yep.
So,
I talk to everybody. I don't care. Like I'm in Walmart, people stop me all the time.
yeah.
You know? They want to talk to me. I'm a while they talk to me. Listen, if you have a problem going on, I'm there. I had no help when this township came after me. I had the zoning, planning, the zoning, plumbing. I had all the inspectors come down. You know, did a hand job from housing, all of them. Nobody could help me at all. None of them. They were all stuck together. They're all related, and that's what they do. You know, and they didn't help me. They didn't help me at all. But there's nothing they could have ever done to me. They couldn't even get me into court on a violation because I'm a commercial farm. They wrote me resident. It was them trying to break me, bully me, but I'm not that guy. The only thing they did is make me dig my heels in, and I just fight back. That's all there is to it.
Yeah,
You know?
no, and people respect you for it. I mean, you made a lot of headway. I saw it the other day. I saw it before. You know,
Yeah.
people, oh, you're John Valentine, and that almost.
One thing I can say: if you're having a problem here in Monroe Township, Gloucester County, and you're afraid of this township, don't be. If you want to contact me and you don't trust it and you don't trust this township, you don't have to go through my township email. You can go to at Councilman Valentine, send me a message. I'll be there for you. I don't care what ward you're in. If you're in my township, I will help you. That's all I got to say.
That's awesome. The same goes here for me. So I'm running up against the juggernaut and Donald Norcross, and same thing. They try to shut you out. I mean, who am I compared to him? He's worth millions and millions of dollars. His brothers are worth billions, you know, combined. You know, and then I get on the ballot, you know, and they challenge my petition and take me to court, try to have me removed. It's like,
yeah, I know. Listen, they're afraid of a free thinker. You know.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh because I laugh about it. I said, it's the Monroe Township Mafia.
Yeah. Who I wouldn't be afraid of because they'd be easy to take down. The only thing is, you just need to get, like what we're doing, is get people involved, get them out to vote. That's a
vote. Don't forget the primary, June 2nd.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Mail-in ballots out.
Yeah, mail-in ballots are already out. I mean, mostly.
Hey, you know,
I would say most of them already mailed in.
I had a couple people message me right on my at Councilman Valentine page, right on Facebook. And I got a message, and I don't know how mail-in ballots work. And they're like, they're trying to screw you already. You're not even on the ballot. I wasn't on the ballot. Everett Davis, Brenda Brown, or Yanni Pillard, we're on the ballot. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Why are we not on the ballot? It was Democrat ballot. I didn't know that in the primary, you can only vote your party. And they're like, oh, well, you know, they didn't know, but you can pencil your name in, whatever, do a write-in. But I said, the main thing is, in the main election, November 3rd, I think it is, right?
Yeah.
November 3rd, come out. You can vote for any party you want to vote for. If you don't want to switch your party, if you're worried about the national elections, that's fine. Doesn't matter. Right here's where it counts. Our community, our people, we count. In fact, I got your backs.
You had Democrats writing your name in on the Democrat ballot.
Yeah, I know, right?
I saw that. You know, even though it doesn't count because, you know, it's the primary, but they were still writing your name in.
Like, you know, they got our backs. I have their backs. Listen, I'll help anybody. I'll give you the shirt off my back. Well, a couple months ago, you know, I could have gave you the shirt off my back and covered two of you. I lost all that. Now I'm good.
But no, that's the thing. When you're running, you're not running for just the Republican Party. You're representing everybody. And I think that
I live here. My kids live here. My grandkids live here. And pretty soon my great grandkids will live here. Listen, we got to do this for future generations. The way this township's being ran right now, I don't think so. Friends and family, nah, it's got to go, man. This township's got to run for everybody on an equal playing field. And that's all there is to there.
Yeah, and you have one of my grandkids living at your farm. My daughter's duck.
Yeah. Yeah. She got a bunch of babies out there now.
Yeah. She watches your TikTok all the time. She's all
excited. Anytime she wants, it don't matter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, thanks for what you're doing, John. I mean, seriously, I mean, it's important that regular people stand up. I mean, because you have all these people out there that have been entrenched in politics for so long. I mean, namely Norcross, namely who you're running against as well. It's just they're so entrenched in the nepotism. They're so connected with everything, and it's like they control everything. But people don't want to see that anymore. But the hardest part is getting to them. It's so big out there, and to raise money and everything like that, to get your name out there, to get seen on TV or ads. But you got to really pound the streets, and you got to get out there, and there's like not enough time a day, especially when you work. Me myself, I work full time. Got the podcast, campaigning, got the kids' sports. I don't want to miss their games. I miss practices. My wife takes over for that now. I'm campaigning, but and then there's life, that happens too as well. And I'll get into that in the very last segment. But yeah, it's just
you got to get out there and do the right thing, because what's going on now, it's not right. It really ain't. You have a couple that sit up on a pedestal and they're just going to look down on us and thumb their nose. Nah, it doesn't work like that for me.
Yeah, and people are afraid. I mean, of going up against these people. I mean, I'm in the Carpenters Union, and they're backing my opponent, even though he's not in the Carpenters Union. But of course, I pay into a PAC that comes out of my paycheck. I sent them a letter again, and they still didn't get it, but I'm still paying it. I'm funding my opponent's campaign as we speak. So
he really don't. He has mostly defense contractors giving him money.
Yes,
the people really. He doesn't have a lot of small donations. That's
no.
the thing.
1%.
Got $1.68 inside your campaign account.
1% of his donations are grassroots small donations. 1%.
Yeah. And what's that tell you?
Yeah, I called
defense contractors. He couldn't advertise. He couldn't do anything.
Yeah, you call the food and workers PAC or whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. Any PAC that's out there, and you try to filter survey and all that. Oh, we already funded Donald Norcross. Oh, we gave money back in June. I'm like, in June? Wasn't even his election cycle.
Yeah.
And they already gave money. So it's so corrupt, and it really is. I mean,
yeah.
And now I'm telling you, again, I can't accuse Donald Norcross of any kind of corruption, because I'm just saying allegedly, online, but on this podcast. But the writing's on the wall, man. It's like, look at it. Come on, people. There's something there. I mean, they control everything, 100%. You can't move. I mean, even the deals they made with Cooper Hospital with it, and they just merged with Inspira. Now they're getting bigger in that aspect. Norcross, he voted with Joe Biden 99.9% of the time. Open borders, fentanyl pouring in. Guess what? What does Cooper do? His brother's, the head of. They're opening up methadone clinics everywhere because people are addicted to fentanyl. Oh, okay, so you're okay with having an open border, letting fentanyl come in, killing people, getting people addicted. Oh, no, now we're going to have to make money off of the problem. He voted against the Donald Norcross voted against the Lake and Raleigh Act. I mean, he voted against men playing in women's sports. He voted against it. I mean, there's so many things that they do, and people need to see it, man. I just don't want to. I need a better future for my children and everyone else's children that live in this state, in this country, because we're about to lose it.
Yep.
So,
the way I feel, my opinion, politicians nowadays, they sell us all down the river, all of them.
But that's why normal people, like, just when this country got started, I mean, no one was really a politician. George Washington wasn't a politician; he was a general. But and I got a lot of respect for him, because when they asked him to be president, he didn't want to be, and then he did. And then after his first term, he was ready to get out, and then under public pressure, he relented and served another term. And then after that, he decided that America did not need a king, and he turned power over to people. He said, "You guys have it," and that's what this country's about. But it's not anymore, and that's why I signed the term limit pledge, and I think there should be term limits. You can't have somebody like Biden in office for 50 years. It's just crazy. And there's many other politicians that have been in office for that long, and it should not be. So, but I hear my dog running around upstairs right now.
Yeah, mine's over here looking at me, giving me face. He's like, you're not even paying attention to me. Usually I walk them through the woods. I have like a 1/4-mile trail through the woods in the back that I walk the dogs.
Well, speaking of dogs, I just want to let everybody know before we take the next break and go in the last short segment. There's the Canine Country Jam that's coming up. It's you'll see it, John, when it comes on.
Yeah, I think you sent that to me, right?
Yeah, it's May 30th, so everyone, it's going to be a nice event. It's for police dogs and
Right.
raising money for them. So the police officers that own them, they actually pay for the dogs. So even their vet bills. I mean, obviously they have them at home, they pay their food, but if they get sick or actually hurt or injured, they have to pay the vet bills. And I talk to the police officers, they're fine with that because it keeps the budget down. Because a lot of people come to these events and they raise enough money to pay for the vet bill, so they're okay with the event. But we have country singers that are coming from Texas, one from local New Jersey, another one from PA, but you'll see it in the end of the song. And then so we're going to take a quick break, and I'm just going to run into John. You could drop off if you want. I just wanted to. This next segment it's going to be very short. I just want to say goodbye to somebody.
I'll drop off and make sure everybody gets out and votes, man. Very important. Very important.
Yes.
Vote with your pocket, not with your party. Vote what you can afford. Because the way it's going right now, I'd be lucky if I can afford a free glass of water.
Right. Thank you, John, very much. Thank you for all you do. Hey, listen,
next time, give me a little heads up so I can do my hair.
I'll call Jim. We'll come over and do your hair like his.
Right? All right, buddy. Take it easy.
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right, bye.
Let's take a quick break.
Hey, it's great to be on with you. This is a great podcast. It's a lot of fun and it's informative and it's real information. It's none of the frills and none of the nonsense that you hear on the legacy media. Just telling the story of what's happening right now. It's what I do with my newsletter that I get out to anybody who wants to see it. It's what you're doing with this podcast. America needs to know what the real deal is, and you're the real deal.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to Hammer number 4. Before we start, I just want to say, because I want to go through candidates first. So I don't want to break down, but I also want to say that I do have let's go to candidates. Let's do that right now. 2026 candidates. Bring up the first one, be Justin Murphy for U.S. Senate. Justin's a great guy. I support him. I mean, there's other people running too that are good candidates, but I just tell you right now, this guy is spot on with everything. I mean, there's no argument I can win with him when it comes to anything with the Constitution and what's right for the state of New Jersey, United States. He's an awesome guy. So he'd be a great U.S. Senator. I just hope everyone gets out there and vote for him. And this guy right here, I'm not sure about him. Oh, no, wait, that's me. So Damon Galdo for Congress. So make sure you get out there to vote for me. Go to votedamongaldo.com. I do have a fundraiser coming up May 17th. It's at Sons of Italy. In Paulsboro from 1 to 4 p.m. You can see it on my website. You got the QR code there too. You can scan that or just go to votedamongaldo.com and you'll see it. Everybody's welcome. I need to raise money against this juggernaut and corrupt Norcross machine that's out there. So we'll go to the next one. Is be Jason Cohen. No, I'm sorry, Van Drew. I almost skipped him. The guy that just said that was a real deal. Apologize, Jeff. No Congressman Van Drew. But yeah. Andrew is in District 2, so make sure for every candidate we roll through, just make sure we get out to vote for him. It's important. Jason Cohen, great guy. He's got primary by a few people. I know there's other people that I'm friendly with that are primarying him as well, but he's a great candidate. We're working with him. He's the best one out there. I mean, he's serious. He's hungry and he's determined, to do what's right for his constituents that he's looking to represent. Chris Smith as well. And like I said before, I've never met him, don't know him, but I saw his platform on his website and I like it. So it makes me get out to vote for him. Hillary Herzig, this one I know, she's been on the podcast a couple times. We talked a lot. I met her a few times and she is awesome. She is amazing. Make sure you have to vote for her in 6th. Then we have Tom Keene. Again, I don't know him. I've never met him before, but I know he's incumbent, and we need to keep the House and the Senate. So make sure we get out the vote. We lose the House and the Senate, and these midterms, we are in trouble. Next. Now, Tiffany Burris. Tiffany Burris is awesome. We've had multiple conversations. She's great. You can go on her website and see what she's about. Make sure we got to vote for her. Tiffany is a great lady and determined to represent her constituents. And then you have Carmen Bucco. I was trying to get actually one of my campaign team members was trying to get a hold of him today to come on the podcast. So hopefully he will be on soon. I'm sure we'll get in touch with him soon. But again, go to his website, see what it's about. Make sure you get out to vote for Carmen. And then I made a mistake last week, Joe Hathaway. I know he lost the special election, but he is running again in November, so make sure you get out to vote for him. So it's just a temporary thing, but we got to get him elected. And Greg Millet is a great guy. He's awesome. He's funny, and I mean, I don't want to just say he's funny, but I just have fun with him. But he is very smart, and he knows what he's doing, and he will be a great congressman. I would love to work with him in Washington. All those people I would love to work with. So make sure we get out to vote. So sorry, I just kind of tailed off a little bit there. I had lost somebody that was dear to me. So I know Uncle Rich got that's a picture with him and my grandmother who passed last year. But I picked that picture because he was with his mom. Now he was always a mama's boy, I would say. But I love him a lot. And then you really missed Uncle Rich. So with that, I want to sign off. I'm sorry I didn't want to do this at the beginning of the show because I didn't want to break down. But he was loved, and everyone misses you. So, all right, guys, have a good one. I'm gonna let you go. I'm sorry for breaking it down. I apologize. I'm sorry, but just love that guy. My dad's brother, youngest brother, and it did kill my dad. He lost his youngest brother. So, and his mom last year, my grandmother. So, but it's life. We got to get through it and talk to each other and pray to God. But I know that they're together now, and so that's all I gotta say. There's no more I gotta say. I don't want to keep breaking down. Sorry, but thank you guys for joining the podcast tonight. I really appreciate it. And we're going to play the Canine Country Jam after this, and it's a great thing to go to. I hope a lot of people can make it and raise a lot of money for these dogs, and then also, and I need to raise some money too. So go to voteDamonGaldo.com and help me win this thing against the corrupt Norcross machine. And my fundraiser again is March 17th. Sons of Italy, and from 1 to 4 p.m. in Paulsboro. You can see it on my website. So thank you all for joining in. I appreciate it. Signing off.
Cut through the Jersey night. Another call, another fight. Partner riding by his side. Poor Paul steady, full of pride. He does not quit, he does not slow. Runs straight where the danger goes. But when the bills come crashing in, the handler pays again. Yeah, the badge is heavy, the job is tough, but these brave dogs deserve enough. Boots on the ground, paws in the fight. K9 heroes working all night. They wear the shield, they hold the line. They the stand. Word got out across the land, Country Hearts started a band. Adam Wardrop brought the flame, Bubba Beer back the name. And Colby Lee swept with strings that cry, singing for the dogs who never ask why. Just good men trying to make it right, standing up in the spotlight. Yeah, small town hearts and a country sound, standing up and laying it down. Boots on the ground, paws in the fight, K9 heroes working all night. They wear the shield, they hold the line, they give their all every time. If they are officers when danger calls, they should be covered through it all. So we raise our voice and raise this jam for the dogs who always take the stand. Bellevue lights on a Jersey stage, crowd gets loud, the good hearts raise. These dogs do not choose the line, still they cross it every time. Till the budget makes it right, we will sing into the night. Boots on the ground, paws in the fight, America hear us loud tonight. Fund the heroes who cannot speak, stand by the brave who guard our streets until the day the system stands tall. We will not stop, we will not stall. Country strong and back in the blue, K9 heroes, this song is for you. For every handler standing tall, and every dog who gives his all.
The Hammer thanks you for watching tonight's Jersey Shore podcast. See you at the next packed show, from breaking news to topics that will keep you informed. So please click the subscribe button to get notified of upcoming episodes. If you like what the Hammer talked about, then share the Jersey Shore podcast to others. Damon also looks forward to seeing you on the next episode.